What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half your dynamic duo, Twisted alongside brother Pyro.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
And Pyro, what are we doing?
It's Mania Weekend, baby!
As you can tell, we are very excited for Mania Weekend. Not only is it the Super Bowl of wrestling, but we also hit 1 year of Wrestling Crossroads tomorrow, so a very big milestone for us. And we actually have some guests on the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sister Twisted's husband, Flash.
What up, peoples?
And one of our very close friends, you heard him with me for Survivor Series, Desario. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
All right. Take us into our next part, brother Pyro.
All right, Desario, we thought it'd be really fun for you, being the fanboy that you are, to announce the host of this year's WrestleMania.
Oh, absolutely. And when you're having a WrestleMania Go Hollywood, there's only one name that encapsulates the whole essence of being in Hollywood, and that would be The Miz, the man, the myth, the legend. Hate him all you want.
You forgot the A-lister.
He is the A-lister, no doubt. Hey, and if you need any proof about being the A-lister, all of his Marine movies have been top-notch, guys.
They're also straight to DVD.
Hey, doesn't matter how you get there, but you got there.
Nope. I told you no. We talked about this last night. You can't do that.
Oh,
His movies aren't great. People can say they're great, but he's not a Hollywood type of guy. I could see The Rock, in all honesty, The Rock, because it's The Rock. And The Rock, how many times do I have to say it? The Rock.
Okay.
Well, The Rock has his own stuff going on, and honestly, Miz is a significantly better wrestler turned actor than The Rock ever will be.
Plus, who's to say that The Rock didn't just rip off the Miz's gimmick all entirely right there? I mean, had it not been for the trailblazer that is The Miz with reality TV, The Rock wouldn't be where he is today.
Oh,
Okay, maybe I lied.
All right, so, y'all, I love you, and I'd love to keep this banter going, but we have a lot to talk about, so Twisted, why don't you bring us into our next segment?
okay. So I thought we would have needed a little bit more help breaking the ice with these two on, but apparently we don't. But we're still going to get into it. We're going to talk about everybody's top 3 WrestleMania entrances, and I specifically stuck with a top 3 because, well, these guys could go on forever if I really needed them to. So,
Yeah, we could.
Pyro, why don't you actually start us out with your top 3 WrestleMania
All right,
entrances?
so I'm going to give them to you in order. At my number 3, Rusev, WrestleMania 31, Tank, Russian National Anthem. I think it was just one of those entrances that this man had a lot of pride in who he is and where he's from and didn't take anything from anybody. And I mean, how badass do you got to be to come out on a tank? And I'm not talking the little take care of business tank that Shotzi has. No offense, no disrespect, but like this man came out on a big ass military tank.
Yes, he did.
Number 2, Undertaker, Mania 19, American Badass, Limp Bizkit live performance. Great way to get the crowd involved and hyped up as right before the match. And then one of my personal favorites, and it was hard to narrow down, top 3 and this being my top 1, Rey Mysterio, WrestleMania 22, POD performing live, comes out with Chavo and Vicky. This is shortly after the passing of his best friend Eddie. Like, you sensed all of the emotion in that, and for that, it had to be my number 1.
All right. Desario, why don't you take us into yours?
All right. Mine are in no particular order because every single one of these has a special place on the list for its own particular reasons.
Okay.
But for number 1, I mean, one of my first memories of a grand entrance, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 12, coming in on the zip line, boyhood dream being realized that particular night. There's no better way to make an entrance for that particular moment. Number 2, a little bit more recently for me, but that would be the Kingslayer entrance by Mr. Seth freaking Rollins against Triple H. dropping that down, the sword down, flames going up the ramp, marching down. Perfect.
I'm gonna correct you. It wasn't a sword. It was actually a torch.
Oh, you're right. I do apologize. But we're going semantics on that one at that point. And last but not least, WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. John Cena coming out looking like the gangsta that he is, with special appearance by CM Punk hanging on the side of a gangsta car. Couldn't ask for anything better for his match against Triple H.
All right. Flash, do you want to say yours?
In order from last to first, Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 12, same as Cesario's. I just like the zip line. It looks fun. Can I do it, please? Number 2 is John Cena WrestleMania 25, when he had all his double gangers.
His clones.
The clones of Cena. You don't know which one is what. But my number 1, the recent WrestleMania 38, Cody Rhodes, because that gave the biggest and most loudest pop across the United States or the world.
I mean, I agree with that.
I was gonna make a comment about the zip line, and I chose not to because it's a family show, and I don't need any of us crying.
No. We ain't gonna go for that. So my top 3, starting from the bottom and working my way up, was Shinsuke Nakamura, the live music performance WrestleMania 34, when he went against AJ Styles for the title.
Should have won that match.
He should have. I feel like it was a bad time to turn him heel, and it just really didn't work. Next, I have, agreeing with Cesario, Seth Rollins WrestleMania 33, when he went for his Kingslayer. That was just entirely epic, and it worked really, really well for the large ramp that they did have. And it started his Burn It Down really coming in. I mean, we had a little bit of that beforehand, but it was beautiful, and I cannot leave my girl off of this. My number 1 will always be AJ Lee WrestleMania 30, because it was her first WrestleMania. She retained her title, and there's nothing bad I can say about her entrance, because it's just AJ freaking Lee.
All right.
All right, so Pyro, start us off with our match card.
Our match opening up the show of shows, the showcase of the Immortals, our Super Bowl. Theory takes on Cena for the United States Championship. I'm not gonna lie, the build to this hasn't necessarily been the greatest.
It was poop.
Cena literally came out, buried the hell out of him. The man couldn't cut a promo by himself in an empty arena. So, like, Theory, get your ish together.
Had no pop.
Can't have a pop in an empty arena, sir.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody there.
Exactly. No
That's
pop.
that's why they gotta, put chants and crowd
Oh,
reactions
yeah, no,
in their
that
matches.
absolutely bullied him. Going into our picks, myself, Flash, and Twisted picking John Cena, Hex and Cesario picking Austin Theory. I know why I picked Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Because I personally think Theory right now is just not ready for this spotlight, and this is not the first time they've tried to put it on him, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Cena. Bruh, you not ready. Cesario, why did you pick Theory?
Well, once again, I'm still not an Austin Theory fan. He's growing on me. He's definitely getting some stuff. And you guys are absolutely right. He got buried in this whole promo leading up to it. And as for the empty arena promo, how about instead of saying no pop, how about we just call it a throwback to the pandemic era?
Actually, I was watching a video. Earlier, and somebody did compare it to, Thunderdome as, and I was just like, I wasn't saying that you still had a crowd that you could audibly hear, mind you, during the Thunderdome.
Whereas when it comes to Theory nowadays, you don't.
Yeah, but that was on fucking TV. Oh, my bad.
So anyways, with Theory going over on this one, if you're taking a look at WrestleMania, you got to ask who needs it more. Cena has been there, done that, and do you really think he's going to be wrestling a full-time schedule by winning the United States title? No.
See, here's what I think happens. Cena comes out, wins the match, give it a week or two, the Cena Open Challenge real quick. Because obviously he's not really doing much, if anything, if he's in this situation to begin with. He comes out, Open Challenge at some point, drops the title then.
I mean, I could say something. We have Stand and Deliver. say Braun Breaker loses his title, that's the way you call him up. You've been saying it for years.
I've
pretty much.
literally been saying it for the last year and a half at this point.
Yeah. Bring him up, and you can do it perfectly in that way because Cena has
I want to point
brought
out
up guys from NXT.
the U.S. Open Challenge: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Just to name a few.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Twisted, please bring us into the next one.
So this next one, we've talked about this. I have absolutely no interest in it. I love it when the women are showcased, but I cannot stand the fact that we have this match. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natty and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I'm going to leave it at this. I have no pick for this. It's exactly like when we went through AEW the last time. I have nothing for it.
Well, the whole thing on this match definitely was this was a match for the sake of having a match and a card filler.
It wasn't needed. I would have rather watched the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in this space in general. But Desario and yourself chose Ronda and Shayna for probably obvious reasons, as they are
They're currently trying to build them for the women's tag title picture anyway.
Not even just that. I was thinking more of the fact that they break all the bones. And you have Flash and Hex, who chose Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The reasons being their own.
It's Liv and Raquel? Come on.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Raquel, I know this off topic. Congratulations to her and Mr. Braun Strowman getting married.
I didn't even know they were engaged.
Getting married recently. Obviously, they kept it super quiet, hush, hush. Congratulations, y'all, because that is huge. Happy for you, and I'm excited to see how the rest of how the married life starts to treat them.
All right. Next up, we have Flash. Take us into the next one, please.
The next match card, we are having Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. You have myself, Pyro, and doing Logan Paul, and you have Hex, Twisted, and Desario with Seth Rollins. Why do you guys have that man choice?
So I'm going to start this one off just real quick because I also know why Hex chose Seth Rollins to win this. So speaking on her behalf, she chose Seth specifically for the fact that rumors be what they may, and knowing what we know, Logan Paul's contract ends. So there's no reason to give him the win here. And I mean, I kind of feel like Seth needs this win a little bit more than Logan does. And your reasoning, Desario.
Well, Seth doesn't necessarily need the win. I mean, Seth can sit there and go out there and, job out to Jinder Mahal and still be a viable star at the end of the day. But yeah, with Logan Paul's contract coming up, I mean, it's the only reasonable option for it to go with Seth Rollins at this point.
Alrighty. And actually, Desario, you lead us into the next one.
Oh, yes. The most anticipated 6-woman tag. No, it's not really that anticipated.
Yeah. Look at you Look at you trying to hype it up.
I can't.
Better than the promoters, might I add.
Yeah, I'm trying here. I'm trying to get behind this match, but it's just really difficult with the build. So you have a 6-woman tag team match between the women's tag team champions Becky Lynch and Lita, along with Trish Stratus, taking on Damage Control of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai.
Boo!
Now, everybody but one person chose Becky, Lita, and Trish. And I wonder who that one person who took Damage Control. Oh, wait, yeah, that's me. I'm the odd man out on this one, as so many times before. I can go into my reasonings for it in just a moment, but let me hear from you guys. Why are you guys so invested in Becky, Lita, and Trish?
Keep the momentum going for at least Becky, considering they just won the titles. And there is what would be the point of building Trish's return if you're not gonna let her have the moment? If you're not gonna let her have the feel good moment, what the hell was the point?
There's a very good point to be made out of this whole thing, actually. First off, Damage Control has gotten no heat in this feud at all. Actually, at every point in time, they've been getting squashed.
I want to point out Damage Control has done a very terrible job of getting heat or really much of any crowd reaction since their freaking debut because there is a lackluster of chemistry amongst the three. They are three individuals trying to be a team instead of...
Three individuals being individuals.
Exactly. They are meant for the individual roads to success, not whatever they were trying to do.
No, I get that. I understand that point right there. However, what I'm seeing happening here is because Damage Control has been getting beaten down over the last several weeks, because they've been made to look the fool, I'm sensing a little bit of a swerve coming tomorrow. I'm sensing why build up Trish? Turn her heel. Who better to fight Becky later on down the road, especially at SummerSlam?
I mean, I kind of see his point, and I see kind of where
That's
he's
a
coming
bit of a
from.
stretch, my guy.
I don't think so. Where's
It's a stretch.
SummerSlam going to be this year?
Detroit.
And where did Trish win one of her women's titles? Where did she have a great match against Mickie James?
Detroit.
Okay. Then.
You're just proving his point now. In
Was
ways.
it Detroit?
Detroit.
Pyro, you should just stop talking for a minute.
I was going to say, because I remember the women's title match. Trish, Mickey, Chicago Mania 22.
They also did another one later on against each other in Detroit.
All right.
So, Pyro, take us into the Intercontinental Championship match.
Triple threat, IC title, Gunther defends against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Talk about hard hitting, because my chest hurts just thinking about this match right now, man.
I think Desario agrees with you on that one.
Woo!
You got three grown men in that ring. That
Ready to beat the absolute bricks off of each other. We're all pretty scattered. Myself, Twisted, Desario, all choosing Sheamus. Flash has Gunther.
Gunther!
There you go.
And Hex with Drew McIntyre. Flash, why do you have the champion coming out retaining his title?
There's no really reason for it, to be honest. There's none.
There's no reason why you chose, or there's no reason for him to lose it.
There's no reason for him to lose it. Not tonight. You can do that the second night.
See, devil's advocate. I'm a devil's advocate because I can see this match going any which of the three ways. I chose Sheamus because that is the one title that has eluded him, and he needs to get it done because then he can officially say he has accomplished literally every accolade that WWE has had to offer. Royal Rumble winner, check. World Champion, check. Money in the Bank, check. King of the Ring, check. U.S. Champion, check. Tag titles, check.
Multiple times.
What is the one thing he's missing here?
Pyro's life.
I mean, I wish I had his life. The one thing he's missing is a run with the IC title.
Well, what about the women's title?
I don't think we're going to go that far.
I don't think they'd give that to him. Not unless he came out
China
like
did it.
Santino Marella.
China won a male's title, and the women's title. She was a female, though.
China still did it.
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah, so
Wrap
I
this back
personally, I think if he loses it now, he can set his focus to an even bigger prize, which I have been saying forever that he definitely is going to need that run at soon because of his character.
Yeah.
All right.
I totally agree.
Now, Flash, you have the next match on the card. Why don't you walk us through it?
Can I tiptoe in?
Sure.
I like tiptoeing.
Actually, you like running?
Whatever.
Hence the nickname.
Yeah, sure. The match is a 4-way tag team match with the Viking Raiders, Alpha versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits, and Braun Strowman and Ricochet. The people who picked...
Flash, do you want help?
Yes, sorry,
Okay.
I'm blanking.
So, helping him out, and we're actually in the middle of a thunderstorm, so if you guys heard that, I do apologize. We have Pyro, myself, and Desario, who all chose the Street Profits. And then we have Flash and Hex, who chose Braun Strowman and Ricochet to win this match. I'm assuming you chose Braun and Ricochet mainly because of how big Braun is.
No, it's Ricochet's flying.
Okay, it's Ricochet's flying. Well, Street Profits, I know pretty much that's kind of our favorite Pyro, so I know our reasonings for choosing them.
Well, that not only are they my favorite, but this will help set up a possible future tag title match and run, and I think it's time they got back into that picture. So,
I mean, I agree. Desario actually takes us into our next match.
All right, in a battle of the super heavyweights, you got the Nigerian Nightmare, Omos, versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Hope I did that justice.
Trying to be a Heyman, you failed.
Hey, I am a Paul
come on.
Heyman guy, so watch that man with ECW for so many years. Anyways, not much to say about the build to this match. It's just two big old dudes wanting to have a fight. Am I expecting much out of this? No, but it's there for to be a spectacle. Going down for the picks, myself, Pyro, and Twisted all ended up going with Brock, whereas Flash and Hex went with Omos. So Pyro, why don't you take me into why you went with Brock? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but let's just have it out.
I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. I know they want to try to do this whole passing of the torch or whatever they want to do, but Omos winning this match makes no sense. He has no real momentum, no real traction. This man needs a lot of work, and Lesnar's not going to be the guy to help give him that tutelage. Lesnar's about two things: kicking ass and making a paycheck. That's what he's going to set out to accomplish. And after being embarrassed in recent weeks on Monday Night Raw, I think he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, something he hasn't had in a while.
No, that is a very fair point, but you do have to admit the sight of just seeing Omos towering over Brock, which doesn't happen very often, was a great sight.
It's not a common thing. But yeah, no, definitely a fun thing to see. Fun. It was fun.
And so Flash, why did you go with Omos?
You just said it. Towering.
Towering. All right. I like it.
And I'm making a very far back statement. Didn't Big Show and Ray go against each other at one point?
Oh, yeah,
I think
they did.
they've done that many times.
Big Show, Ray. Ray was also involved in a triple threat match with Big Show and the Great Khali, and he won.
Again.
How the hell that writing worked out, I still don't know.
No clue.
So
I will give almost this, though. He does have the X factor of MVP in his corner.
yeah, and if some of the rumors are true that they're looking to reform the Hurt Business centered around Omos, I can see where they might give him the win at this point. I just think in a WrestleMania, especially for someone as green as Omos, it's just too soon for me.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so Twisted, why don't you take us into the Raw Women's Championship match?
All right, we have Bianca Belair putting her title on the line against Asuka. A majority of people, aside from Flash, actually chose Asuka to walk out as your new Raw Women's Champion. I guess we can get to your reasoning in just a little bit, but I did want to point something out that I did notice, and Pyro, me and you have talked about this. Asuka has not won at Mania yet. She has had 4 other Mania matches aside from this one. This one would be her 5th. And she has yet to win any of them, whereas Bianca's had 2 and has won both of them.
I think Asuka's time is due.
I mean, I do agree on that.
And the reign of Belair,
as you've said it many, many times, is dead and you're done.
the reign is boring.
So, Flash, do you want to tell us why you chose Bianca?
You can't let people push her down, man. You can't.
So,
But you're putting her down. Like, she tried to get that spot.
She worked hard to get that spot. She earned that spot. I will give her that. But at the same time, she has done nothing really memorable with this run, and I think it's time for it to be dead and done. Also, I don't think she's ready for this version of Asuka.
I don't know who is.
Yes, but she's done more things than you have in your life.
Oh, I can say the same thing about you there, buddy.
All right, boys. Flash, why don't you take us into our next match?
Yes, before I jump over this counter to Pyro. But
I ain't worried about you.
Okay. We have the one and only Rey Mysterio versus his baby child, no good, having booty son, because he thinks he's better than his daddy, Dominic Mysterio. Myself, Pyro, and Hex chose Rey. Twisted and Desario chose Dominic. I'm going to start off with Twisted for Dominic. Why did you choose him?
There we go. I see that Judgment Day is going to get involved because why not? I mean, in most certainty, we did this without knowing previously any type of match card. So I haven't really even looked at what is night 1 and what is night 2. So if Dom happens earlier in night 1, who's to say Rhea doesn't step in? You got Mommy there. You definitely would have the factor of Damian Priest in this. So he's got backup to be his father.
All right, to counteract your point, you act like Rey doesn't have his own form of backup in Legado del Fantasma.
I mean, yeah, he does have that.
And the number game at that point would favor Rey.
It would. But I also just see, Dom more or less kind of taking that W because it took Rey so long to be able to do anything.
Because that is his boy. He raised that child since he...
No, according to him, he's a deadbeat. He ain't do nothing.
He didn't do jack shirt. Mm-hmm. But let's cut off and go to Desario. What's your reasoning for having Dominic?
Well, when it comes to Dom, you can't forget how prison changed that man.
Oh my goodness!
For not
he
even
was in a holding cell for like 2 hours.
Hey, he's got a teardrop tattoo now. He killed a man in there. Okay, come on now.
No, he had not.
He was in a holding cell for like 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure he was still a prison wife.
And
Dominic did not choose the thug life. The thug life chose Dominic. Okay, that's why he's gonna win this.
I can say one thing. He got there. He cried for his daddy.
He actually cried for mommy.
He cried for mommy.
Nope. He actually cried for mommy.
Oh my goodness. All right, boys. You guys have the next one. Take us into it.
All right. So we are going Edge, Demon Balor, Hell in a Cell. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we actually get into this match, I have a few fun facts about this myself.
Never.
Shut up. 4th Hell in a Cell at Mania. First one not involving The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
In a match synonymous with the Dead Man, we don't get the Dead Man. Think it's pretty interesting. But all right, how about you take us through everybody's picks?
All right. Well, going through a few things here. I mean, it is a little bit split, almost 50-50. Got 3 on one side, 2 on the other. Myself and Hex went with Finn Balor, whereas the rest went with Edge.
Couldn't even say our names. What a
punk. All right, I want to know why you picked Balor, though.
Balor?
Yeah.
Oh, Balor, because right now, if everything's playing out at WrestleMania like I'm kind of sensing things are playing, especially with the Bloodline, I'm seeing Judgment Day taking over as the top faction in the WWE ahead of the Bloodline. So with a lot of my picks, if you take a look at it, I'm going with Judgment Day guys. I'm going with Finn. I'm going with Dom. I'm going another route. I'm going another route a little bit later on with the SmackDown Women's Title match. I see them taking control and being the dominant force in WWE.
All right.
See, I want to see Edge have finally put to rest
what he created.
Right. Like it only. cosmic justice. However, in something that I was reading, and as I'm listening to Desario spew his Judgment Day propaganda,
Per usual.
It's not propaganda if it's true.
Stop lying to yourself.
why? I think I'm gonna go ahead here, and I'm gonna change sides.
Oh?
I'm gonna and it's not because of you, but why bring back the spectacle and persona of the demon from Finn Balor just to have him lose? He's lost twice: Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns.
True.
And I want to point out he has absolutely looked incredibly strong in both those losses. But he's got a winning record, and we're at a point now where outside of Cody, outside of Roman, you don't really have any legitimate challengers for the title. You start building that with Balor.
I mean,
Mania.
I agree. It's been so long since he's even really held the title, and I mean, I do see them pushing him yet again for a big title, and they should, because they gypped him of it when he came back from injury. So, all right, I'm going to jump us into our next match, and then we can get to what Pyro and Desario are waiting for, which is something very special for just them two later on. We have the undisputed tag team championship. The Usos defend against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And it is obviously unanimous that everybody goes for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Nobody has chosen the Usos to retain. And might I just say, this is the 5th Mania that they are walking into as tag team champions. So, I mean, I would go with my Usos, but I'm ready for this reign to end.
Oh,
Jeez.
Everybody is.
Oh, sorry.
Also, I think tonight we see what Cody Rhodes said play out.
Yep.
After Mania, Roman will be a chief without a tribe. Personally, I think Solo's the first one to go, by the way. Like, he don't even say nothing. He doesn't attack nobody. He just, all right, I'm out.
He's a brick wall.
I mean, I could see that, but I could also see, from when they had started to pull Sami away from the Usos, Jay whispered something in his ear, and that could be them saying, I'm done. I convinced my brother, we're out.
I'm hoping. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this all plays out.
And Desario, do you have anything to add as to why you chose Kevin and Sami?
You guys pretty much covered it on that one. Plus, also, Kevin and Sami have not held the tag team titles together.
And we've been begging for that forever.
And this is the perfect opportunity to put the belts on them.
It makes the most sense to, as Cody would say, finish the story.
All right. So we're going to just entirely give it over to you guys for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Hall of Fame. Well, first off, let me just say I'm glad this class isn't as bloated as it's been in years past.
I am too. I am actually really happy with some of the names that are being inducted. We have winning the Warrior Award, former referee Tim White, and I know you had brought up a fact about him earlier.
Oh yeah, Tim White is a very fascinating guy throughout his entire career with WWE. He, everybody knows him as a referee, but behind the scenes, he was also very famously Andre the Giant's handler, kind of driving him around, making sure that he was comfortable on the road trips, getting into drunken escapades with that man, which, considering the drinking stories with Andre, couldn't have been much fun and probably took a lot of years off Tim White's life.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. And then later on, being the referee that was in the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker and Mick Foley back at 98. That's also an accomplishment because that match is going to keep being viewed forever. And that means he's going to be out there forever.
Oh yeah, that match is synonymous with Hell in a Cell as is. And personally, I don't think you can talk wrestling without that match and without a select few moments in that match.
Oh, absolutely. It's just unfortunate that his career got cut short by another Hell in a Cell match, Triple H and Chris Jericho, separating his shoulder later on. He still went on with the company for several years, did some stuff with WWE.com, we'll just leave it at that.
I was going to say, I'll just
leave it at that.
Leave it where it is.
Yeah, but Tim White, I great with the Warrior Hall of Fame right there. Going into the celebrity wing, you have comedian, SNL legend, Taxi, Andy Kaufman.
personally, I think this was a great choice, just considering he definitely was one of the first celebrities to really get involved with the world of pro wrestling, especially in the territory days, because it was the Memphis territory, during the King Lawler's promotions. And that man did everything in his willpower to keep kayfabe alive. He even wanted to shoot an entire season of Taxi with the neck brace, because he broke his neck.
Yep.
And they basically told him, lose it or you are getting replaced as our main guy.
Yeah.
But, like, the dedication that he put as a celebrity into what this was is absolutely phenomenal. And I love it.
Yeah, and without Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler probably isn't the household name that he became later on.
Honestly, and I think he paved the way for a lot of other celebrities like a Bad Bunny in today's age, or Mayweather, Ali, because he was around before Ali. A Logan Paul. I personally think without Andy, we don't have Logan Paul.
Oh, that's good. Very good point. I would tend to agree with that right there.
Moving into one of our next ones.
I will say one thing. You're missing one person. He's a basketball player.
We were just giving off a few names. We're not giving off the entirety of the celebrities that have, because otherwise we would never get this episode of Wrestling Crossroads done.
Well, here, Kevin Green, Lawrence Taylor, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone,
Shaquille
O'Neal. Got quite a few names.
We have way too many to list in one episode.
But the most famous of all, Snooki.
We also have Maria Menounos.
True.
But all right,
going
on to the next class, or the next inductee, the Great Muta.
Oh, Muta. One of my personal favorites from back in the late 80s, early 90s, even going all the way up to today. You're talking about a man who introduced a lot of the Americans to Japanese strong-style wrestling, especially in those early days, and helped basically kind of set the pace for other guys to come in, like Shinsuke Nakamura, for Kenzo Suzuki, who not a lot of people remember, but that man was big at the time coming on over. Was a United States champion in WCW for a little while, and yeah, he's got wins over people like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and the Road Warriors, just to name a few on that. And he was also a frequent tag team partner of Vader in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Moving on for the women's nomination, we have the great Stacy Keibler.
What was so great about her? She was long legs and a pretty face. She accomplished next to nothing with this company. The biggest thing about her is the fact that the best thing, most memorable thing is that she got a statue made for her ass.
Yep, I agree. But you know what? At that point in time, female wrestling, or divas as they were calling it, they were nothing more than valets and eye candy. And she had a personality to actually stand out. She was with the Hura Friends, which was entertaining as all hell. She was with the Dudley Boys for the longest time as well. And also even back to WCW, her run with David Flair with the United States title, and also with Shawn Stasiak, definitely highlights of a dying WCW brand at that point. And then headlining our Hall of Fame class, we have the one, the only, the legend, the master of the 619.
The biggest little man, Rey Mysterio, who again is in action earlier in the night. Personally, I wanted to make sure I got the Rey Mysterio cover because all-time favorite, idolized him. I've owned a mask in almost every color at this point. I have actually been able to get the Rey Mysterio autograph on the mask. It's great. But this man has a resume worthy of like 4 Hall of Fame nominations. Let's be honest. From his time in WCW, in AAA, just starting out in Mexico, ECW, and the fact that he is still, I want to point out, an active competitor. And this is part of the reason I picked him to win, because why not send him off into the sunset on a high note? But let's talk about tag team championships. Eddie, Batista, Edge, to name a few of his partners. Great rivalries, he's always understood his assignment. He's always known how to entertain a crowd. And again, the resume speaks for itself. Congratulations to all 5 of these nominees. I am excited for it all. But now, wrapping up our Hall of Fame discussion, Twisted, you are covering Night 1's main event. Give it to us.
All right, so Night 1's main event, as told by earlier, is going to be the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. And it is to absolutely no surprise that everybody has chosen Rhea Ripley to win this match. Me personally, I've been saying it. She needs this win over Charlotte. She is literally 0-2 against her. So I'm ready to see her kind of culminate and take the queen down a couple notches personally.
Give her the full circle moment.
Yeah, full circle. We've talked about this, me and you personally, on many, many occasions. And there's been times where I choose Rhea Ripley specifically for the fact that she needs this win over Charlotte. Desario, your reasoning.
No, I agree. I mean, she needs to win over Charlotte. She's 0-2. Right now, you need to build up other women in the women's division besides just, the same 4 or 5 people that they keep rotating in and out of the storylines in the championships. Plus, as I said, they're building Judgment Day up to be the number 1 stable. Put a belt in that stable. That's what you got to do. No matter what belt it is, it's only going to elevate it.
And Flash, to absolutely no surprise, we know you chose Rhea Ripley because you are crazy for her.
She's my goth chick.
He wants mommy.
He does want mommy. And so, ending out our night, Pyro, Flash, take us through Night 2.
Flash, are you ready? WWE Undisputed Universal Championship on the line. Roman Reigns takes on
Cody Rhodes.
Nice. Hey, let me hang it.
Nice.
Sorry.
In what is going to be very story-filled, very moving, very motivating, and again, this is going to be the piece that knocks down the Bloodline unanimous picks. We have Cody Rhodes. We all have Cody Rhodes going over tonight. The American Nightmare definitely needs to finish his story, do what he said he was going to do in honor of his father, the late, great American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and it's going to come at the expense of Roman.
It's going to be the goodest match anyone has seen in years.
I think this is definitely going to be one of the best Roman matches to have ever cultivated Roman Reigns' career. I will agree with him on that one.
I entirely agree on that. I mean, I'm very excited to see this match. It did take me a while to kind of decide who I was going to go for because I know me and you have talked about the fact that they could keep the title on Roman all the way till SummerSlam.
They keep the title on, assuming he's walking into SummerSlam about 2 weeks away from hitting 1,000 days as champion. So I could see that being the reason of we're this close to him breaking this record. Why not just give it to him and then building something up later?
I mean, I agree.
But the moment is now. The iron is hot. This is where you strike right now. Because I think if you have Cody lose, all of the momentum, all of the hype, all of the build since his return goes out the window.
Oh, so you mean kind of like what happened with Sami Zayn, huh?
I mean, I do have to ask one thing. I do have to ask why Desario chose Cody, because normally he is the one to always go Roman.
Yep.
So I have to know.
I am a big Roman fan, and honestly, ever since he's had this title, you can't point out one bad match that man has had over the course of this title reign.
I would love to argue with that, but I'd be lying.
Yeah, I mean,
I just wish it'd be defended more.
I agree. It should be defended more, especially with it being, the feature title all over the place. Do I think it was a bad idea for them to merge the titles last year? Absolutely. That way you could have one still on TV and still had Roman as the WWE champion coming in and out. But it's time for Roman to drop it. I love the man, but it's time. It's Cody's time.
All right. And that culminates our entirety of our predictions for WrestleMania 39. We thank you, Desario and Flash, for being on the podcast today. So thank you to both of you.
Oh, thanks for having me once again.
I'm always here.
And Pyro, why don't you say goodnight?
Good night, everybody. Enjoy the show. We'll see you real soon.